On a ship the size of Sun Princess, where you sit and where you dine can completely change the atmosphere. Some areas of the dining room felt calm and elegant, others felt more crowded, and it actually took me several days to figure out the flow of my time dining and where I felt most comfortable. Hi, welcome back to Bon Voyage Cruise Travel. I'm Bonnie, and after more than 56 cruises and traveled to 78 countries, I have learned that the dining room experience on a large cruise ship is about much more than the food. In this video, I'm sharing what the Sun Princess main dining room is really like, how my time dining worked on this sailing, and some practical things that helped me improve the overall experience, especially when it came to dining, seating, pacing, and finding the right atmosphere for the evening. So excited I have my window view. I guess it really helps to ask and show up a little early. One thing I noticed quickly on Sun Princess was that the dining room really has its own rhythm, especially with my time dining on the upper level. How do I make this large dining environment feel comfortable and enjoyable for me, is what I was wondering. It took me several days to figure out the flow. Some sections really embraced the ocean views and wake views, while others felt more enclosed and compartmentalized, almost like they could have been in any restaurant. The decor was beautiful with gray, beige, and white tones, wood paneling, artwork, and curtains in some areas, but personally, if I'm on a cruise ship, I really want to see the ocean. But when you're in my dining room, which is upstairs, there, I like those tables that are against the railing. Really hard to come by. I have had it a few times. Just ask for what you need. Look around and see where would you ideally like to sit, and then just request that. It's the best way to be. So I've talked to 2 or 3 other people that did the exact same thing I did. Since my time dining opened at 6 p.m., I usually arrived at 5:50 each evening, and that actually helped a lot with getting a table location that I enjoyed. I found myself drawn to the wake view railing area towards the aft of the dining room. It felt calmer, more open, and really embraced the feeling of being on a cruise ship. I learned pretty quickly that communication with the hostess made a huge difference. I actually looked down and I got, hi, thank you. What's the number of this table?
527.
527. So this is table 527. There's nobody over here yet. And I was able to get a window. I'm very excited because some of the views I've had are just not very nice. This is much nicer. There are better sections in the dining room. Otherwise, some of the dining room feels like it's just could be anywhere, right? You just want a view of the water or just see something where it's going to feel like a cruise ship, because it's a huge dining room, but there are all these nooks and crannies. And last night's dining was so slow and just not anything to look at, and it was just kind of boring. But today I was seated in a better area because I specified where I wanted to be. They just raised the drapes, so that is so pretty. See the view? Gorgeous. What I'm just trying to get at is that do request things, because if you don't, you'll just be seated probably in the worst areas. I mean, that's just kind of what I'm seeing here. So hopefully it'll continue to be the table that we're wanting, or the table that I'm wanting. There's no way, it's just me. Me, myself, and I. The table that we are wanting. Today I'm at 505 and I have this really nice view right here. It's my view. Being seated near the water, it seems like the staff is more pulled together and they at least interact with you and they move things along a little quicker. Maybe I just was lucky, but I did happen to get a really good person today and I was out within an hour instead of an hour and a half. So that makes a difference with the show and all that happens there, because you need to be early for the show. That's another thing I wanted to say. Solo travel or not, the shows, you probably should be at least 30 minutes early. There are some good seats and some bad seats. I can tell you that sitting in the theater, if you're like maybe row 2, 3, 4, 5, those are good seats. You would think, oh, that's just awful, but it's kind of close in an intimate setting. It's almost like concert seating where you have premium seats and then you have not so premium. So be aware of that. And I think figure out a table that you'd like to, or an area that you'd like to be in, and then ask for that table or that area. Because sometimes if that table's not available, maybe something right next to it is. I wasn't demanding or pushy about it, but once I explained the type of table and atmosphere I preferred, they really tried to work with me. Over several evenings, I started learning the flow of the dining room, which sections I liked best, and even which waiters fit my pacing better. Some servers moved very quickly, others had a slower style, and that actually mattered because I usually wanted to make the evening show afterward. For me, dining is not just about eating dinner. I really enjoy the ambience of the evening, the ocean views, the interaction with the waitstaff, and the overall rhythm of the experience. I'm still at my table 550, but it's a busier crowd today. Really crowded. I'm happy to have this view here. It's nice. I'll take it. Because there are worse seats in the dining room, as I've showed you earlier. He actually brought me a little coffee canister. I've never had that before. Here I have lucked out on my tables. I feel really lucky today. I'm at table 556. It honestly took me about 5 days to fully settle into a routine that felt comfortable, but once I figured it out, the whole dining experience became much more enjoyable for me as a solo traveler. You know, the dining, I got a really good table. I was able to see the sunset. It's beautiful. The thing is, though, if you are at a table when you don't know your waiter, I like more personalized service. I like people talking to me, especially as a solo traveler. The other two guys that I've been getting, I've had 3 or 4 times I've really enjoyed, but this guy tonight, it was, I think it's important to have some type of personality, even if it's a person you don't see every day. You know, I almost would prefer traditional dining at the 5 o'clock or 7:30, although 5 is way too early. And 7:30, the man I was sitting next to in the theater, he said he's at 7:30 and it's been fine. He says he gets out by 8:30, so. But just be persistent, try to ask for what you want, figure out where you want to go. You know what I like because I've already explained it. Or the aft part, which is the front part of the dining room that has the railing and it has a view of water somewhere, because I'm on the ocean. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see just chairs or the back of somebody's head. I just don't want to see that. You know, I mean, we all want things, but luckily I've been able to get that, and I guess I can't have it all, but I'm just saying that if you're looking for interaction with the waiter and you really want good service, you're probably better off going traditional dining. What do you look for in a dining experience? I mean, do you care about the server interacting with you or not? Or am I being too particular? I'm just curious what you think. Some don't care and some do. So I'm just curious, what do you prefer? You can let me know in the comments. Jumbo shrimp, this is my appetizer. Date, goat, cheese, salad. I got 2 appetizers tonight. They're very generous with their food. They'll give you 2 of anything or to have as much as you want. So this is what we got tonight. We have soccer tart. That's really good. Apple crumb tart and
So I bring this one for you.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you. So my waiter is, I think he thinks the more food he gives me, the happier I'll be or something. Happy to see the salmon on the menu. I haven't seen it maybe once. And then there's also a shrimp dish. I guess the zucchini tomato tart is for vegetarian, and then the shrimp and grits is another fish dish, or filet mignon with the green peppercorn sauce. Sounds delicious. I mean, I've never had such service. I'm having dual everything. So my waiter thought I didn't have enough to eat, so he brought me a piece of salmon on top of the shrimp I just had. They're really accommodating. I'm going to have a taste of this. It has capers on it. It's apparently something that's pretty standard. They have it a lot, he said. That's good. I can tell you though, the movement on this ship right now, I'm in the very aft because we're by the wake. It is like this. You just kind of roll with it, but I think it's hard for them to work. It's never felt so rocky, and I'm on, let's see, level 7. As you can see, I'm moving right now, and I'm not just doing this. This is how the table is going. So if you're prone to seasickness, you should probably bring something. So this is the perspective from up above. That's why I like it up here better than down below. It's pretty warm too by the windows, and they do have shades drawn right now. It's a 15-night cruise. There's 3 dress-up nights. Any additional is $15 more. This is a quinoa pomegranate salad. I ordered lobster without the beef. I'm not a big beef person, but it did come with beef. Again, you always have the last 4, and then the first 2. These are the specials tonight. This yummy red velvet cake, and this is chocolate vegan ice cream. Great table again, my table $5.50. I mean, it's not the view that I had over there. I was sitting way over there yesterday, over that way, and that was nice. I like the view, but I like the wait staff at this table better. They're friendlier. So this is what we have for our end table for minestrone soup. I like chicken parmesan. I'll probably go with that. So this is a semi-frozen dessert. This is my fine tomato. French onion soup. I'm going to try the cauliflower steak. It sounds like it's grilled and it's a vegetarian thing, and it sounds interesting. So that's the 2 choices. This, he said that this was good today. The Indian vegetable korma, he said, is good. Indian vegetarian dish. Dessert tonight, he recommends the chocolate puff pastry. They don't have a ton of options, but they're different. Fish chowder soup. This is redfish. I've never had it before. So we have carrot cake tonight. That's my favorite. chocolate
Try
mousse.
the carrot cake. It's very
Okay,
nice.
sounds great. Okay, my waiter's spoiling me. He added a scoop of vanilla ice cream to my carrot cake. That looks good, doesn't it?
Hello.
Hi.
Like
What I
how
like about this table is you can see, obviously, it's the wake, and down below is the Soleil dining room. That's the traditional dining. And then up here is just all the select dining or my time, or however you want to call it. Where you come in at any time. This is perfect. But the railings are the best. They're in high demand, and I actually got one tonight, so I'm excited about that. She knows what I like, so I'm just really excited. So this is my coconut carrot soup. There we go. It's like a garbanzo bean or some type of bean. It's really good. This jam with this tastes really good. Chocolate raspberry tart. I guess I'll go with that. The raspberry tart. Now the sun is setting because of all the time changes, even though it's 7 something. It's 6 o'clock. Nice. This is much nicer. This is my salad in this one. Delicious vegan vanilla ice cream. It's nice to see the sunset. So pretty there. Tonight, I'm at table 564. Chocolate mashed potatoes. It's 11 cream pie. Overall, I really enjoyed the main dining room experience on Sun Princess. Once I figured out the flow and found the sections and atmosphere that work best for me. If you enjoy making an evening out of dinner, the main dining room can really become part of the overall cruise experience, especially once you settle into a rhythm that feels comfortable for you. Thank you so much for watching. I do have a full Sun Princess playlist covering the ship and all it has to offer, and you can find that here. And if you enjoy cruise ship tips, cruise experiences, and travel information, I'd love to have you subscribe. If you found this helpful or enjoyable, please hit that thumbs up button. Happy cruising, and until next time. Of course, this is okay like this. They have the random tables for 2 like that. 171. That's all right. But see, there's no view really. So I am particular about a view. That's why I always ask the hostess if you would come to this station here and just talk to them.